Hi, Wildman Rouse here. I've got some top news for you. 2 of my images have been shortlisted in the Nikon Comedy Wildlife Awards. And if you vote for me in the people's vote, not only do you help me, but you might get 500 quid as well as a reward. Keep listening. Yeah, that's right. 2 images of mine have been shortlisted out of the 40. I'm so pleased about this. And you can help me because the people's vote votes for their favourite. And I'd like to be there. So if you like and you fancy it, you can vote for me. The links will be at the end. Okay, and you can also win £500 in a free draw if you vote, which would be great. Now, in return for that, I'm going to tell you the story of how they were both taken. So let's look at the first one. I call this Rival Kings. It's a group of king penguins in the Falklands taken on Boxing Day when I had hair. I know, it's impossible to imagine me having hair. Do you know, I used to have a perm. It was cut over my ears and halfway down my back. I believe you call it a mullet. And no, I'm not going to show you pictures. But anyone watching this that knows me from the old days, you want to send a picture of me and the mullet, I'll put it up. So anyway, I was on the beach. This is taken with really old gear. So a Canon, I would have thought 1DX or something even before that. 24 to 70mm lens. I was on the beach watching these penguins go through their courtship, and king penguins have got this amazing courtship routine. And you can see the ones on the left, okay, the female is the one behind the taller one who's the male. They had paired up, okay, he'd done his courtship. She had chosen him, and this other one kept following them around the beach, like trying to get in between the male and the female, and it was really causing this male some stress. This is the moment I captured, where the male has got his flipper out saying, no, stay away. I just really, really love it. Now, the numbers on this, well, it was quite low depth of field, so it was f4. Okay, so I've got it ISO 400, because in those days, I mean, this is quite a while ago, we didn't really go above ISO 400 or 800. I compartmentalized the picture, so I haven't got the penguins cutting the horizon or cutting the sea. I wanted to keep it all separate. I've got some nice cloud formation over the top. And yes, I've got that gull in the background. And there were people that said to me, you know, for the years, you should remove that gull. No, that gull was there and it's part of the picture. But what I like is the moment in time. Now, if you're wondering why I cut the reflection off, it's because there was a great big boulder in the sand that was full of green algae and it looked really ugly. Exactly where they were standing with that perfect position. I had to get parallel to it, of course, to get the sharpest picture. There was that great big boulder. So I couldn't get the reflection, but I love it. I think that's a really, really great picture. Here's the second one. Whack! This is a Verosidae. Now, say that when you've got your teeth out and you won't say those words. But it's a Verosidae. And when they dance, they're just great fun. They dance along. I love photographing them. In fact, as I record this, I'm in Madagascar. I'm about to go to Madagascar tomorrow to photograph them again. And I'll bring you that in a future diary. But I love them. When you see a species like this, you know, people say, oh, you time the picture. You don't, okay? You get your autofocus set up, you get your decent shutter speed set up, and you literally hammer down the shutter when they do their run. Because you can't, you know, you can't predict what they're going to do. And one image that you get, like here, will be fantastic and will give a really good expression. Now, the numbers, I'm just going to read it off the laptop. So it's an EOS 1DX. And it was a 70 to 200 2.8 with a 1.4 converter. And interestingly, on this trip, I'm shooting with a Sony A1 with a 70 to 200 2.8 and a 1.4 converter. So that's the lens to use. ISO 2000 aperture f4, shutter speed of 12/50th of a second. In those days, you know, shutter speed 2000 was an awful lot. These days, we think nothing of it. But back in the day, I think this was taken a few years ago, yeah, it was. ISO 2000 was, you know, just an amazing thing to use. But I used it because I wanted to get the picture. And there's the lesson for you. I wanted to get this picture, okay? I was desperate to get it. So I set the shutter speed that I needed to get the picture. Okay, I didn't just, oh, I've got to use ISO 400 and just deal with it. I wouldn't have got the sharpness. I needed that high shutter speed. It wasn't bright sunlight that day. So that's why I set high ISO. And in my opinion, high shutter speed and getting the picture trumps every other consideration that you have, okay? If you're going to set out to get a picture, you want to nail it. As I say, hashtag nail it. That's my new phrase, hashtag nail it. I keep saying that to my clients on workshops. They think I'm mad. Anyway, there's the 2 pictures that I've got in the finals. Here's the link below if you want to vote for me, or you could go to my Rouse's links, and it's on there as well. I would really appreciate it if you could do that. Thank you very much. And if you do that, of course, you've got until the end of October to do it. you'll be entered into a free prize draw for 500 quid. So, you know, you could make 500 quid out of me in this video. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, I've talked about the pictures. I normally don't do that on YouTube. I normally save that for my wild bunches. So the bonus content that you get after my weekly photo diary, wild bunches get, it talks about the pictures in great depth. Okay, so if you want to be a Wild Bunch member, follow the links and you get all the extras as well. But thank you for your voting, and I better go and pack now. Bye.